Alrighty, yo, what's just going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today we're going to react to what happened to the R&B legends JODECI, the tragic rise and fall. This is by my boy, Stunning Growth. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
When you think of love, you think of JODECI.
The boys, though.
JODECI, R&B group, Charlotte, North Carolina, active since 1988, featuring Devontae Swing, Mr. Dalvin, Casey, and JoJo. Today's feature, you must know off top, are legends in the hip-hop and R&B genre that helped set the foundation for what R&B became most known for, especially in the 90s and early 2000s. Even to this day, there's some sprinkles of their style in many artists that followed, even though very rare. Many describe it as a lost golden sound where R&B was deeply felt and meant more than numbers and accolades. From 91 to 95, JODECI ran the R&B game with their passionate vocal displays that many deem top-level baby-making music.
Right.
Songs like Cry For You, Freakin' You, and Forever My Lady. They're also credited for co-creating the hip-hop infused R&B sound, according to Essence magazine, with their Puff Daddy collab Come and Talk to Me. Other publications hold them as one of the best R&B groups of all time, with many legends in the game descendants of their sound. Artists like Mary J. Blige, Timbaland, Missy Elliott, Aaliyah, Genuine, Sean Combs and his empire, and so many more. Not to mention the group Casey and JoJo, spawns of JODECI after they both left to form their own group that was also highly successful throughout the 90s and early 2000s. With the lane JODECI carved out for themselves beginning the 90s decade, they could have ran the R&B genre for much longer than they did, with their run only lasting about 5 years. Their music was all-time great, and what they meant to the history of Black American music cannot be understated, but for many fans, they can't help but wonder what could have been had they not split and disappeared from the game. Before then, they released their debut album Forever My Lady to critical acclaim and fanfare, establishing themselves as viable artists at a point it was literally hit or miss for Sean Combs and more than likely their chance in music. The album peaked top 20 on the Billboard charts and sold over 3 million copies, behind 4 top 10 singles. Faced with fear of a sophomore jinx, they did even better on their second album, a top 3 album in the country according to Billboard. Diary of a Mad Band is considered JODECI's best album by many.
Fact.
Things continue to get better chart-wise with their third album, The Show, The After Party, The Hotel, peaking at number 2 on Billboard in 1995 and also going platinum. It was their third straight number 1 R&B album, but their final for the next 20 years. They'd release another album in 2015, but by then, the music business had changed so much to where there wasn't much attention paid to their new music, and also by then, no offense, but they weren't exactly the young sex symbols to some any longer, which plays a huge role in R&B music, especially in the sexually influenced 90s. In a short time, JODECI managed to become legends in the game, but for these reasons, even their growth was stunted as far as what they potentially could have been. What happened? Let's talk about it. Salute to everyone that requested this feature. It's your boy JC, Stunning Growth Music. Let's get it, man. Take a minute to like, subscribe, and comment on who I should do next. JODECI was an R&B group from the late 80s and mainly early 90s, discovered by rapper Heavy D after hearing their demo being played by an A&R that was about to turn them down. He introduced them to Andre Harrell, who signed them and then passed them down to his protege Sean Combs, aka Puff. Combs at the time was on the chopping block at Uptown Records, so needed something to work, and that something had to be JODECI. Puff took complete creative control of the group, including the idea to make them more bad boys of R&B, counters to the clean-cut Boys to Men that were extremely popular at the time. It worked out for Puff and JODECI as fans took to their dark bad boy image, also to their raunchy, highly sexualized sound, and they blew up off their first album. They had the look and the talent ever since gospel artists when they were younger, and they had a lane untapped as yet in urban music. Stunt number 1, rap music became more popular.
I don't agree with that.
If you're a hip
I do not agree with that. That is a false statement right there. These niggas was ahead of their time, bro. They already knew the rap game was getting crazy. So what did they do? They fused with the rap game. What are you talking about, sir? What are you talking about? Where are you getting this information from, sir? Oh, I've been trying to fix this shit. Sir, where are you getting at? Rap music became too popular. You couldn't come up with anything. We know the real reason why JODECI fell off. I hate these fucking trains. We know the real reason why JODECI. Fucking train. But we know the real reason why JODECI fell off. Hopefully you get to it, because this is a reach right here. This is your reach for the sky. You know what I'm saying? You're reaching for the sky on this one, my guy. You're reaching for the sky on this one, my guy. I don't agree with this one at all. Not at all. I think this is some bullshit. Bro, who the fuck still uses train? Bro, who the fuck still uses trains, bro? I just want to know who still uses trains in this day and age, bro. Wish they get rid of this shit. Abolish trains, bro. Or at least put them on the outskirts of town, bro. Why they gotta be in the neighborhoods and shit, bro? They don't never put them trains in the white people neighborhoods. They always put them in the hood and shit. Assholes. But nah, we all know why JODECI fell off, but that ain't it, brother. You reaching for the sky on this one. For real, you reaching for the sky on this one. I'm sorry, brother, but you reaching for the sky on this one.
hip-hop fan, you understand and remember the rise of rap music in the mid-90s taken to a place it never returned. A place easily monetized and sold to the highest bidder. In the early 90s and before, hip-hop music was more a way for black artists to express themselves and have a different outlet to the world. Rap music was more political and conscious to the struggle of black people, but by the mid-90s, led ironically by Sean Combs, it became more marketable and some say watered down because big money was now involved. Nevertheless, it gave hip-hop another lane to flourish in and reach more people. Rap's popularity was beginning to hit newer markets all over the world, creeping in on becoming the most popular form of music. When JODECI were at their peak in the early 90s, R&B was actually the leading form of black music, coinciding with the plethora of R&B groups that were popular and on the rise at the time, to the complete fall-off of R&B as a genre by the early 2000s. For JODECI in particular,
I don't agree with that either. R&B was still popping in the 2000s. R. Kelly was still relevant. Usher was still relevant. Chris Brown happened. Omarion went solo. Mario was a thing. Genuine was still making hits. Now, if you want to say late 2010s, okay, I can understand where you're going there. But the 2000s R&B was still relevant. Wasn't to the late 2010s. Wasn't to the late 2000s R&B started to fall off. It started to have this shift. It started to not feel the same. It started to not sound the same. Okay? R. Kelly wasn't hitting the same. Usher wasn't hitting the same. The only nigga that was doing it was Chris Brown. And that's even with the Rihanna situation. He was still doing numbers. So I don't agree with this at all, bro. I don't understand where you're going with this, sir.
was a conscious effort on their part to step away from the music because according to them, they could feel rap becoming more and more popular and literally had a conversation with each other to discontinue releasing music, saying to themselves, let's just let rap have it. Rap music began dominating the radio as it now was able to be sold during the shiny suit era, and more artists moved in the direction of being marketable and away from the conscious political upstarts of the genre. According to JODECI, their label Uptown/MCA objected to their desire to just fall back from music and allow hip-hop to take its reign, wanting to bleed JODECI's popularity to its last drop. But by then, the group felt it had done enough and were able to move on, content with the success they had by then. Stunt number 2, no longer JODECI.
Okay, this is
around the time of their hiatus from music. Devontae Swing also concluded that the group and their record label began to have issues, where the label attempted to place them in a 360 deal, saying Interscope Records refused to release the group from its contract and even threatened not to release more of their music because they wanted to add more and more stipulations to their deal. With the emergence of music being downloaded, record labels began adjusting accordingly around the late 90s and early 2000s. The 360 deal was introduced and JODECI was one of the first groups affected by it. According to Devontae, he in particular was against the 360 deal and advised his group not to accept the new terms. This led to the group being promoted less and less and eventually not releasing music altogether. As you know, you as an artist or group are only as popular as the success you have. When Devontae went to meet with the label, they informed him they wanted large portions of their touring, merchandise, and other forms of JODECI generated money. So the group as one decided it best to let the label have
This is why I don't understand why anybody would want to sign to a record label these days. Why would you want to sign to a record label these days? Look at what they're doing. Even in the late 90s, they was trying to put niggas in 360s. Taking your merch, taking your tour money. It's like, damn, what can I have? We made you famous, buddy. You owe us. How do we owe you? You put me on. I put the album out. If the album doing numbers, I should have recouped. Well, there's extra fees, there's taxes, there's this and that. It's like, yo, you just adding shit on. It's like, so what you gonna do about it, huh? What you gonna do about it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Sign the contract, buddy. That's what they do, bro. Fuck the industry, bro. Fuck the industry.
JODECI the group and split.
So many
Casey and JoJo
people,
went their way in '97 and created an ultra-successful R&B group responsible for R&B hits of their own throughout the late '90s and became legends in their own right. Although when most groups split, there's some form of bad blood that caused it for the most part, but with JODECI, they felt not only did they do enough in music, but also had more to offer in different areas of music and decided to embark on that opportunity. Stunt number 3, the lifestyle took over / hiatus. Sadly, parts of what made JODECI legendary in their early run is what partially kept them from continuing to make great music throughout the 2000s and 2010s when they did reunite. JODECI was on top of the world at their peak in the 90s, and as you can imagine, had their choice of women, drugs, and alcohol true to the music they were making. According to Casey, who also dated Mary J. Blige during that time, were celebrating each day like the black rock stars they were. There was no time for settling down, and it led to them overindulging to the point they literally couldn't make it to some studio sessions and even booed off stage on a few occasions, one in London 2013 on tour with Dru Hill, while Dru Hill members had to finish their songs for them. According to JoJo, he started to neglect his family and miss a lot of things when it came to his kids growing up. They noticed they needed to get help as the shows began to be worse and worse as far as quality, leading to them not being booked as much. Has anything popular, it has to continue going to even allow the popularity to grow and flourish. And when Jodeci took 20 years off from releasing music after their 1995 platinum release, it was pretty much time to move over and allow the artists in their prime to dictate where R&B would go from there. Yes, they had label issues. Yes, they had other issues with drugs, alcohol, and Suge Knight robbing Devontae Swing at his home, but those pale in comparison to no music at all. In the meantime, it's not like they all just sat and did nothing. They each had their own projects going on that were highly successful, and it made their transition from Jodeci easier. All in all, Jodeci's place in music history is set. They were an important piece of urban music and inspired generations with their music, creating classic pieces that will forever be referenced. But for these reasons, they weren't able to keep things going, and eventually their growth was stunted. Salute, much respect. It's your boy JC, Stunted Growth Music, and I'm out.
I'm saying though. Hold on, go back.
And I'm out.
I'm saying though.
Who's a freaky ass nigga? 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 Who's a freaky ass nigga?
I'm saying though, Jodeci is that group, my nigga. Jodeci is that group. They are forever R&B, bro. So I'm not gonna even deny it, bro. I still haven't listened to they last recent album. I still haven't listened to it. I want to give it a listen, but I have to take the time to figure it out, man. But man, I'm gonna just say this right now, man. Listen, man. Jodeci is forever that group, nigga. Without a doubt, Jodeci is forever that group. The one thing I will say about Jodeci, it just sucks that the drugs and the women and the lifestyle just got in the way. But it's also bad that the labels thought they could just fuck them over because of this new era that they were entering into in the at the beginning of the millennium. And I hate that for them, bro, because this is a legendary group. I feel like artists like this that have made music and made hits and sold millions upon millions of motherfucking albums, singles, songs, cassette tapes, whatever you want to call it, back in those days, they deserve their flowers, bro. I feel like labels should give them they just do. Let them own their masters. Let them own their publishing. They made enough money. Why is it that the pop artists get to do that, but the black artists never get that? You know what I'm saying? This is what they do, man. They get these niggas that catch buzz and get that one song, or they get like 3 or 4 songs. And then they fall off, and then the label's like, finally, they fell off. That's what they do. They strategically make you fall off. They be like, you could go ahead and do all these remixes. Yeah. Hop on that remix with Drake. Hop on that remix with Lil Wayne. Hop on that song with that new girl, Ice Spice. You know what I'm saying? Hop on that new song with Ice Spice. Yeah. That song, yeah, we know that song's gonna do terrible. And you're going to fall off because of that. And when you fall off, hey, we can hit you with all these fees, these fines. Your tour is going to start going down. Then we can start hitting you with more and more and just plummet you into the ground. Then we don't have to promote you no more. Then we can focus all our money on fucking Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber and all these other people that we really want to put our money into, but you was just a quick buck. it's good that you lasted as long as you did, but that's what these labels do, man. That's why I don't see why anybody would want to sign with a label, bro. Because look at what they do to black artists versus what they do to the pop artists. The pop artists make so much money, they get their masters back. They get their respect. You know what I'm saying? These pop artists get these lawyers and get this shit, and then they just settle. They be like, hey, if you want your masters and your publishing, hey, here you go. We're sorry, okay? Hopefully we can still conduct business. But with the black artists, nigger, get the fuck out of here, you fucking nigger. You're never gonna get what you want from us, you fucking niggers. And that's how I feel like that's what they was trying to do with JODECI. But anyway, so that's just me. That's just me personally, though. I was just rambling. But anyway, so that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. I will see you all in the next video. JODECI is forever goated. Let's just get that out the way right now.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's MVP! That's why he's the GOAT!
I'm saying though. Casey, JoJo, Devontae, Dalvin, all of them are goated, bro. And they should get their flowers, bro. The fact that BET ain't gave them their flowers yet, the fact that they ain't got no biopic yet, like New Edition, they should have been had their biopic. After New Edition, JODECI should have been up next. That's who we really want, bro. BET, why is y'all playing with us, bro? Get that JODECI biopic out the way now. Okay? We needed that JODECI biopic after the New Edition biopic. Okay? We need that JODECI biopic now. I need to sit through that, bro. I'm here for it, bro. Cause JODECI is forever goated, bro. That's the group I came up with. I didn't come up with New Edition. I wasn't old enough when New Edition was hot. I didn't exist when New Edition was hot. But I did exist when JODECI was hot. So there's that. But I'm gonna leave it right there for right now. I'll see y'all next video. Till then, peace out.